Hi, my name is moiii and welcome back to another diary session. Y'all, today we are doing this hair, of course, and it's a protective hairstyle. When my curls start to look like this is when it's time for a protective style. I love doing a protective style. Every time my curls for the week give out, you know, it's been a week since I've done my curly hair routine and the curls are done. Curls are giving out. Now, could I just do a curl refresh? Yes, but tomorrow's wash day and I want to keep my hair from detangling. So when in doubt, I always do protective hairstyles so I can maintain, you know, that moisture and just to make sure that my hair isn't getting tangled. First thing that I love to do is I split my hair in half and I start to detangle. That's what I'm doing. It's way easier to detangle first than to just go piece by piece and do a braid here, detangle here, braid here, detangle here. I love a water bottle. Every time I'm doing my hair, a water bottle is what I use. So I like doing the entirety of one side, just like spray it with water so I can bring back that moisture from the products that I used from my curly hair routine. Once I feel like I put enough water in my hair, I just rake my hair a little with the water. Just rake my fingers through my hair just to have that water actually hydrate my hair instead of just sitting right on top. This is when I start to partin my hair because I'm gonna detangle. So I usually like to just do a little for the bottom because the bottom of our hair is the most sensitive. Especially when your hair is wet, you want to make sure that you're being very gentle with your hair because it is very, very sensitive when your hair is wet, no matter what hair type you have. If you comb out your hair while it's dry, you are just pulling out your hair and we don't want that. We want to maintain our hair type, okay? I put Carol's Daughter in my hair. This is a hair milk. Go right after I put water and I start to section out my hair. I love to go in with either a leave-in conditioner or some type of curl refresh spray. And yes, we're not refreshing our curls, but this baby is amazing. She is very hydrating and she just brings back the moisture to my hair. And then I just start at the bottom of my hair to detangle. Now remember, we're being very, very, very soft, nurturing, and kind to our hair when we're brushing it out. We want to send positive vibes, okay? We want it to flourish. I don't want our hair to think we're mad at it. I feel like everything has feelings, including hair, so I always love to be very gentle with my hair as much as I can. Once I feel like the section is kind of combed out and detangled, I get a naughty brush. I call this a naughty brush. The best brushes to use for curly hair and really just hair in general are the ones without the little circles on the top, because the little circles can lead to breaking out your hair. They can get entangled within them on the top, and so when you brush it, it will just like pull out your hair. These do not have circles, so it's perfect. They don't have like little dots on the top, and so it just kind of glides off of the brush. And that's what we want when it comes to detangling our hair. And once it gives that, you know, it's not knotted, perfectly clear of knots, I just do a little twist really fast. And this isn't our protective hairstyle. This is just me twisting out my hair so I can make sure that it doesn't get tangled and knotted up again. Now, once I did the bottom, like I did the bottom, so this is, for me, this would constitute as the bottom. And now I can do a little more big of a piece and not as tiny as I did the bottom. So then I'll just free part in, and now this is how much I'm doing for the next part. And I'm just continuing the first steps, just like I did on the first parts. The middle can be a little more knotted, so what you can do is just kind of take apart your hair very gently, and you'll find like little fairy knots. Like this is what we call in the hair community, this is a fairy knot. Just little bitty knots throughout your whole head. And see, instead of hair just coming out in clumps, with you pulling it apart very gently, the knot unraveled itself. We're trying to prevent as much breakage and hair pull out as possible. So this is what I do when I am trying to make sure that I'm not just pulling out my hair. I will just do a little subsection and break this big piece into a smaller section just to make sure that I'm getting all of the knots. This is what we have. This whole left side is all detangled, and I want to show you my brushes. This is my naughty brush. It's only on this side that it has hair, but it's not a lot at all. And then this is my comb. I don't know if you can see that, but between my brush and my comb, it's not a lot of hair. It's not a lot of fallout. Regardless, you're going to have hair fall out. We have thousands of pieces of hair that fall out throughout the entire day. But when we are detangling our hair, we want to be careful because we don't want to pull out unnecessary hair. You know what I mean? This is the result of both of my hair tools that I'm using today. I didn't take any hair out at all, and that's the result of just one side, not a lot of hair. That's from me just being gentle and kind to my hair, and also making sure that it's moisturized and hydrated as I'm detangling. Before I even start to partin my hair for the braids, I like to go in with some type of grease. This is a coconut oil. You can use coconut oil or you can use a hair grease. I just take some, put it on the back of my hand, and I start to partin wherever, and I put a little on my scalp. I love to do this because we tend to forget to moisturize our scalp. Although our hair does need to be moisturized, our scalp does as well, because that's where we're gonna see the growth. Before I even go in with the braids, I like to do the other side and untangle it because I didn't perfect my middle part. Now, you don't have to have a perfect middle part. You don't have to part it with a comb. For me, it's easier if my entire head is untangled and then I can part it versus parting it with dry tangled hair. Hair is fully detangled. Did the same process, same thing we did for this side. The only thing I did differently is when I greased my scalp, moisturize it, as I was detangling each section, I was going in with the coconut oil instead of waiting all at once like I did on this side. My middle parts are not as good, and I would like a more precise comb. I have a wide tooth comb, so I don't want to get the other one in the bathroom, so we're just gonna have to do this. So for me, this part looks good. I mean, it's not perfect, it's a little big, but now I'm just gonna grease this part to moisturize it. I'm only gonna do 3 braids. If I was doing this for a longer wear, I would probably do like 4 or 5 braids on each side, just to make sure when I do take out my hair and I take out the braids, it's more defined. In this case, tomorrow's my wash day. I'm only doing this so my hair won't be tangled, so I'm only doing 3. But you can for sure do more if you want a longer wear when you take out these braids. What I like to do before I braid is I add a little bit more water. We need moisturization, and I'm going to add a leave-in conditioner, and for me it's Shea Moisture. I love Shea Moisture. I've been using it for years, and it's never given my hair any problems, and it gives me that nice slip that I usually like within my hair. Once you get towards the ends, you can add some more coconut oil or whatever you moisturized your scalp with. You can add that to the ends. Same thing I did for this one, I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest. I'm at the front and I love to just go a little bit diagonal, just with my finger. And this is going to be the front piece of my hair. I like to do this with almost every protective style that I do, because usually I'm wearing scarves and I like something in the front of my hair when I'm wearing a scarf so I don't look bald. Try to do the front as flat as possible, honestly all of them as flat as possible, and once it gets to the nearest part of the braid, which is the last braid of left side and right side, I usually do some goddess braids. Braid like normal. Once you get to maybe almost the middle, or you could wait till you get to the middle, put like a small piece of hair, just a little curl, put it to the side. I usually place it in my mouth, continue braiding. Once you get a little lower, you can kind of let go. And then I'll do another little curl. And now I place both of them in my mouth. Continue braiding. Once I can't braid anymore because of my nails or something, I will put a little of the leave-in conditioner and just kind of loop it so I can make one big curl. And boom. I like to do this just so it's not just like one little scrawny braid. I personally don't go out like this. You can. I do not. Once I finish, I put a scarf and voila. See, we have 3 braids each side. It's not perfect. It's a little puffy on the top. Now, if I was going out like this and I wanted to do a protective hairstyle where I can like walk around and have my hair out like this, by all means you can do it, but I would just like brush the front, make sure it's down all the way. You know what I mean? Make sure there's no puffiness and it looks cohesive. This is cute, but it's only for one day. And this could be for a couple days, but I'm putting a scarf on, so for me, it works. So I just put my scarf on, and you can do your edges. I would suggest doing your edges so it can look a little more, you know, clean, cute. And this is how my hair looks once I put my scarf on. I did do my edges a little, just a little 1 2 1 2, and the only reason why this braid looks longer than this one is because the shrinkage is showing. I did this one before I had did this braid, so once it starts to dry, it will be the same length. I think protective hairstyles are very good to do once your curly hair routine, your curls are like weared out. It's good to do a protective hairstyle and then take out the braids so your hair can have that braid-like wave to it, and you literally can wear that particular hairstyle for at least a week or even 2 weeks, depending on how good it looks and how well you maintain it. Also, curly hair routines really aren't meant to be done every single week, every time you wash your hair, because they aren't a way to maintain your length retention. If you want to grow your hair, protective hairstyles, braids, loose, low retention hairstyles are the way to go. And this is why every time I wash my hair, I don't do my curly hair routine. Most of the time when I wash my hair, I do braids and then I do a braid out, which I take it out. I think it's very, very beneficial to my hair. It maintains the moisture. I see growth in my hair. And again, my hair is not falling out. From both sides, this is what we got. This is the amount of hair that I've lost doing the hairstyle. This is from the brush and this is from the comb. Not a lot. Not a lot of hair at all. And that's what we want. So this is a look. I think it looks really good. We did that. We did that, okay. If you want to do your protective hairstyles and just wear scarves over it like me, there's so many different ways to wear your scarves. So let me know if you want a video like that. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down your favorite protective hairstyle that you like to do. Comment a heart if you watched all the way through. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Love to know, love feedback, and I will see you next week. Kisses. Bye.